Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Truth Council 23 with me, Cosita Truth Nunez, and our spiritual council. What is up, everybody? Welcome to today's collective energetic read. We are so honored, grateful, and thankful to be here with all of you to share today's collective energies. Knowing that we are reading collective energies, my lovies, we are reading multiple energies. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You are and forever will be the masters of your experiences, of what you will or what you will not into this creation. It is all up to you, to this co-creation. We're going to go ahead and get started by honoring and thanking our spiritual council. I want to honor and thank my grandmama, abuelita. For some of you who have asthma, my lovies, I want to honor and thank my grandmama, Abuelita Gladys Nunez Maldonado. I also want to honor and thank my grandpapa, Abuelito Felix Antonio Nunez. I invite you to do the same. I do honor and thank your trusted ancestors, those that protect and love and guide you. I invite you, First Lady, my lovies, First Lady vibes, First Lady, my lovies. I invite you to do the same. I invite you to honor whatever religious force, whatever spiritual force, whatever makes you feel good, grounded, connected to the all as you are in this experience. You can also take a moment of silence to be in silence with yourselves. 0120, 3 energy, 12 energy, 1, 2 energy, but 3 energy. Ooh, celebrations, collaborations, cooperations, my lovies. I invite you to honor whatever religious force, whatever spiritual force, whatever makes you feel good, grounded, and connected, again, to the all. As you are in this experience, you can also take a moment of silence to be in silence with yourselves. That's also more than enough. Let's get started, my lovies. Something about Monica, 0143, 0144. Something about Lewinsky, and something about she's a whore. Here we go with the she's a whore energy. Bon, my lovies. My lovies, guess what? We're over 4,000 subscribers, my lovies. Look at us. Look at us go. Look at us flow. Look at us growing. Look at us flowing. Us flowing. Look at us growing. Look at us flowing. Look at us growing. Okay. All right. Our congregation deserves a celebration. It's making my mouth water. It's making me want to have a daughter, my lovies. Rachel. Dang, my lovies, we're at over 4,000 subscribers now, my lovies. Look at us. Thank you for your likes, for your comments, for your shares, your subscribes, for your bookings, my lovies, for coming to do the work on a personal level. For those of you who are booking consistently, for those of you who will be booking, it was, recommended by the congregation that we put, on each post an easy way to book an appointment. So you could book right in the description, or you can book right in the comments. The first pinned comment will be our booking site where you can book, and you can sleep at night, my lovies. Don't worry about being a crook. Clear those throat chakras. You can sleep at night, my lovies. But you can book right there. It's fair. It's what's fair, my lovies. And someone's feral. And something about William. And something about Williamsburg. But yeah, so we've made it easy for you to find us, my lovies, so you can book a private read. Again, thank you so much for your books, for your likes, for your comments, for your shares, your subscribes, for sharing your stories, my lovies. We got a few interesting comments yesterday. Your sister friend, so I am from the Caribbean. My family is from the family I was born into. We are from the Caribbean. I am actually from the Dominican Republic, my lovies. So a little bit of getting to know Truth, getting to know your sister friend. So that's why this is so strong in me. A lot of us, so I grew up, for example, I was always a seer. I was always a high priestess, a seer, a medium. I would always get downloads, intuitions. I was always able to read the mysteries. And it really annoyed some of my family members who saw it in me, because some people don't like to be read like that, especially and someone doesn't like to get head like that. Okay, my lovies. And someone doesn't want to get a head like that, my lovies. Someone wants to do it the right way. Someone doesn't want to get a head like that. That's how it's coming in. But your sister friend, and someone's a gym rat. Your sister friend grew up with the gift. So a lot of the people, we're known for all types of things in the Caribbean, but we have a really strong connection with spirits, with nature spirits. And I've always had a really strong connection with nature spirits, with earth spirits, with the skies. And it's not something that I learned in a book. It's not something that you can learn. It's something that's in my DNA. It's something that's in my soul. It's even beyond my DNA. It's something that's out of my control. It's not something, again, I've shared my story. I've left very comfortable roles to be able to continue to study and travel and do the spiritual work and still be held accountable by God, or to God's mission, to what God needs me to do. Because I asked for this years ago. It was like almost a decade. Was it a decade ago, my lovies? Oh shit, like that. It was a decade ago. I asked Spirit to make me the woman I'm supposed to be. Mind you, I had the title that I thought I always wanted. I was making the amount of money I thought I always wanted. I could purchase what I thought I always wanted. And sometimes I felt like something was missing. Like it would come in and out, and Spirit's like, one day I used to pray every night. Now I pray all day. I used to pray every night. Before I went to sleep, I would kneel and I would pray. And I asked Spirit, make me a good woman. Make me the woman I'm supposed to be. Please. And I was crying. Please, make me the woman I am supposed to be. Make me the woman I'm supposed to be. And I had to leave everything behind. The story of truth, the story of the star, the story of the truth. It's like the story of Job, but it's a little different. It's a little different than the story of Job. But I had to, someone's a Jehovah's Witness, or someone grew up Jehovah's Witness. But something about Jovi, something about jovial. But yeah, I wanted to share a worthy testimony, and I wanted Spirit to make me the woman I was supposed to be. But it was always in me. It's just certain things took precedent because of different programs that came in, different, perspectives, projections. And I had to get back to me, but it was always there. My family, again, is from the Caribbean. It's very strong in that area, but it always followed me. And in fact, when I was a little girl, so I learned Spanish first. So Spanish was my first language. And I learned Spanish first. And when people would ask me, where are you from? I would say, I'm Dominican. I'm from the Dominican. And then it wasn't until later, like in my adult life, when people are like, no, you're American. You were born here. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm American then. But I always felt a Dominican. I always felt a calling, a very close tie to my ancestors, even those that I did not meet in the 3D. They're always with me. I was always very sensitive to spirits, to what we call ghosts. And I'm a good host. I'm a good host for them. I'm not afraid of them. Even the more sinister ones, I respect them, but I also honor their space in the creation and allow Spirit to do what Spirit needs to do with those types of energies. There's certain things I don't get into just because of respect for the energies, but I respect everybody's, path, especially in the private reads. I think for those of you who've had private reads with me, it is a relationship that needs to be developed, because in this context, I'm reading a few different energies at once, and it's kind of the spewing out. It still gives you a little bit of anonymous, you get an anonymous feel to it, but it gives you a harsher mirror, I think, for some, especially if someone's not wanting to face something. In a private read is more, for self-discovery. I like to because again, I do have a background in psychology. My undergrad was in psychology. My master's is in psychology. And so I do have, and I also have that teacher's energy to me. So I like to have people self-discover. But in the public reads, I can just kind of spew out everything that is coming at once. And it's really cool. But yeah, it's something that I've always had. But no, not from Puerto Rico, from the Dominican Republic. Even though Puerto Ricans do also, a lot of Puerto Ricans that I have met, and just based on prophecy and legacies, they tend to have gifts too. Just they use it in a very different. Out of all of the tribes in the Caribbean, the Borincans, the Boricuas, the Borincans, they were known to be a little bit more aggressive. So they tend to do things a little bit harsher. They could be a little bit more, for lack of a better word, they have a harsher feel to them. Other words are coming in. For somebody practices diabolical stuff. But yeah, in the tribes, it's like certain tribes were also known to be cannibals, and certain tribes were known to be more humanitarians. And that's just how those energies spread out, like through the Caribbeans, the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians, the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Haitians. Even though the Dominicans and the Haitians, they were technically one people at one point, but the Arawaks, the Olmecs, they spread throughout the energies into the Caribbean. Even the Seminoles have, Seminoles blood is in here for some of you. Everything is coming in for a reason. But yeah, your sister friend, your family, my lovies, because they're my family too, and their family, but the family I was born into. Your sister friend's family from the Dominican. So I really like you, my lovies, as we're coming into for some. Camino. Here we go with Camino or Camina. Camille, the name Camille for some of you. Camille is a steel. This Camille energy or Camino energy has been very present for some of you. I really like you. And this really liking people has also been very present for some of you. And someone's very pregnant, or they're about to be. Lee. Something about Sarah Lee. Something about Sarah Lee cheesecake or Sarah Lee cakes. Sarah Lee desserts. Something about the desert. Something about Arizona. For some of you, Arizona. Leela. I really like you. Something about Sonia. Something about alimony. Something about a holy matrimony. I really. Something about Kayleen. Something about Kathleen. Something about Corrine. Something about the Corinthians. Here we go with the Corinthians. Someone really likes the freaking Corinthians. 1131, 1132. They're just like you. I'm hearing he's just like you, or she's just like you. Someone's just like you. You match with someone. Someone's playing a matchmaker. Ooh, we got matchmaker energy, my lovies. Y'all trying to play matchmaker, my lovies. I really like you. Okay. The matchmaker is sincere for some of you and doesn't live in their fears. There's a sincere matchmaker for some of you who's not a faker. 1209, December 9th, September, a Sagittarius. An Aquarius wants to jump in too, but it's not an Aquarius. Libra, Virgo, an Aries wants to jump into, a Leo wants to jump into. Everybody. But interesting, my lovies. We got matchmaker energy, being sincere, doesn't live in their fear. Capricorn, Sagittarius, Libra, a Leo, a Scorpio, an Aries, Virgo. Camille. I really like you. This is like a matchmaker, a sister or someone's sister, or a well-meaning friend, or a well-meaning person, an aunt. Someone's playing a matchmaker, my lovies, but they're sincere. The matchmaker is not a faker. It's something about Mitchell. Something about Paul Mitchell. Something about Paul Mitchell's hair school of design. Hair school of design. Like three things came in at the same time. We got Paul Mitchell's school for hairdressers. And then also a designer, a graphic designer. I dated a sexy Leo once upon a time. I loved his parents. They were so sweet. But someone needs to admit defeat. Something about Vicky. I really like you. Clear those throat chakras. Bon by gooch, my lovies. To the all, to your unconditional love and your mercy. To your all-knowing, to your all-being, to your all-seeing power. What are the highest messages? Something about Sao Paulo. The Sao Paulo energy has been present for some of you. We going to Brazil, my lovies, or what? And someone's going to foot the bill. To the all, to your unconditional love and your mercy, to your divine wisdom, to your all-knowing, to your all-being, to your all-seeing. Você fala português, my lovies? Eu também. Mas eu esqueci. To the all, to your unconditional love and your mercy. to your divine wisdom, to your all-knowing, to your all-being, to your all-seeing power. What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? To the all, to your unconditional love and your mercy, to your divine wisdom, to your all-knowing, to your all-being, to your all-seeing power. What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? To the all, to your unconditional love and your mercy, to your divine wisdom, to your all-knowing, to your all-being, to your all-seeing power. What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? To mi abuelita Gladys Núñez Maldonado. To mi abuelita Gladys Núñez Maldonado. To mi... There it is, those negative emotions. And I was getting the fucking jealous Jalissa, jealous Melissa. What's up, my lovies? Who the hell is jealous Jalissa, jealous Melissa, my lovies? 1511, and the devil was on the fucking... Devil and Justice. 1511. Devil and Justice. They're fucking toxic with this jealousy. It's like, jealous ass itch. Jealous ass itch. Come on, my lovies, shake it off. I don't fucking get it, my lovies. Some shit be pathetic. It's like, what the hell? They're under their own spell. 11:11 on this clock. Jesus. To mi abuelita Gladys Núñez Maldonado. And something about Lourdes. And something about Alexis. Something about Alexi. Something about Alexi y Fido. Someone likes reggaeton. To the all, to your unconditional love and your mercy. To mi abuelita Gladys Núñez Maldonado. To mi abuelita Gladys Núñez Maldonado. Necesitan un abogado. To mi abuelita Gladys Núñez Maldonado. To mi abuelito Felix Antonio Núñez. Something about Agatha. Agni. Maggie. To mi abuelito Felix Antonio Núñez. To mi abuelito Felix Antonio Núñez. To Mama Merce. To Mama Merce. To Mama Merce. To Shango. To Shango, to Shango, to Yemaya, to Yemaya, to Yemaya, to Papa Legba, to Papa Legba, to Papa Legba, to Elegua, to Elegua, to Elegua, to Oshun, to Oshun, to Oshun, to Ogun, to Ogun, to Ogun, to la Santa Muerte, to la Santa Muerte, to la Santa Muerte, to Sekhmet, to Sekhmet, to Sekhmet, to Basset, to Basset, to Basset, to Kalima, to Kalima, to Kalima, to Buddha, to Buddha, to Buddha, to Krishna, to Krishna, to Krishna, to the all, to your unconditional love and your mercy, to all of the trusted, loving ancestors of all of those connecting with this work. What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? To all of the loving, trusted ancestors of all of those connecting and co-creating with this work. What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? To all of the trusted, loving ancestors of all of those connecting with this work. What are the highest messages, the most truthful messages, the most just messages? In love and truth and courage, in love and truth and wisdom, in love and truth and honor, in love and truth and justice, in love and truth and courage, in love and truth and wisdom, in love and truth and honor, in love and truth and judgment, in love and truth and courage, in love and truth and honor, in love and truth and wisdom, in love and truth and mercy. What is up? What is up? What is up? How's stuff? How's it flowing? How's it going? What's poppin'? What's cracking? We're reading for my darlings. Reading for my darlings. Reading for my darlings. It is true. We're reading for you and we love you. You know that it's true, my lovies. Let's do it, my lovies. Get to it, my lovies. Do it, my lovies. Get to it, my lovies. We're reading for you. You know that it's true that we love you. And something about Lisa. What's up, my lovies? What's up, everybody? Welcome to today's collective energetic read. We are reading for Saturn's Day. So we're reading for Saturn's Day, which brings in delays. Saturn's Day, the energy of Saturn always teaches us difficult lessons. So judicial procedures. Judicial procedures don't just take place in the courts, my lovies. Someone's an escort. Judicial procedures do not just take place in the courts. Judicial procedures take place in the soul. They are things that the soul energy, S-E-O-U-L, very present for some of you. Now I'm seeing Soul the artist. Here we go with the famous people. What's up, my lovies? Famous energy in your field. But Soul and Heidi Klum, right? That's who's married to... Oh, the spirits knocked. Okay, boom, by good. My pinky. What the heck is going on with the pinky for some of you? Ow. Ouchies kapouchies. But, ouchies kapouchies. That's your sister friend's curse. It's like, that's how I curse outside of this. It's like, fudge. So you'll hear me like, if something really hurts, like the physical, it's like fudge or stuff like that. Anyways, someone's doormat, my lovies. But, anyways, we got Soul and Heidi Klum energy in the field for some of you, who need to yield. They need to yield when it comes to a situation. But, they get a standing ovation, though. Saturn's energy. Saturn's energy brings in procedures that are on a soul level. So that's why, for example, they don't lie. 1931. That's why, for example, Saturn's story is very tied to the mythology of the father who eats his own children to teach them a lesson. They're very difficult lessons, but there is a delay in these situations. Saturn's day itself brings in a delay. That's why we have all courts that are closed on Saturn's day. So there could be a delay when it comes to a courting procedure, a legal matter for some of you, documents, for some of you, someone needs legal representation. It came in Spanish and now it's coming in English. So there could be a translator. For some of you, someone may need a translator in some type of legal procedure, or when it comes to some type of procedure, and legal documents need to be signed or contracts need to be signed, but there are delays in this situation. For some of you, for energy, for some of you, you could be looking at real estate, because I'm getting like that realtor energy. I'm not surprised that it's present, because I'm not surprised, but because if it's present in the private reads, it tends to be present also in the collective reads. Just like when I do a zodiac read or a bonus reads, the collective energies also tend to kind of, disperse into that as well, but it makes sense. But for some of you, you could be working with a realtor, or for some of you, there's some type of real estate. Or for some of you, I am also getting something about Sulma. They could have to do with some type of an inheritance of a property. We have seen that. A lot of inheritances in the field. 'Tis the season to fucking level off any weeds or any bad deeds that were done. I am seeing a Queen of Swords. So for some of you, you could be dealing with a female in a high-ranking position, but there are delays when it comes to a situation. There are delays when it comes to all types of procedures, legal procedures, medical procedures. For some of you, you may need to get some type of operation. For some of you, somebody could have really hurt a shoulder, or like the scapula area. I am getting something about the rhomboids. Someone is having issues with a shoulder. The other day it came in with such a pinch, it really, really hurt. It came in the bonus read. So for some of you, there could be someone that's having some type of surgery when it comes to the neck area, or the traps, or the rhomboids. All of that is coming in for some of you. So maybe some type of procedure, or maybe for some of you, physical therapy, or getting some type of massage, or massage therapy is in the field for some of you. Maybe for some of you, it's pampering season. You need to take care of yourself while there are delays. So to get that stress out of the body, maybe for some of you, physical therapy, maybe for some of you, physical activity, maybe for some of you, working out, or gym, or cycling, or swimming, or boxing, whatever you do to help you de-stress and also help your muscles and the blood vessels and the blood gets flowing and the pump and the clearing of energies like that. It's really, really beautiful energy. For some of you, you could be very in physical activity for health purposes, for mental health, physical health. For some of you, you could be dealing with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, some type of therapist, or a support system when it comes to your thoughts. For some of you, very beautiful energies. Libra energy, very present for some of you. Justice. But for some of you, someone could have, with that devil and the justice, just being cautious with the procedures or documents that you're signing for some of you, or procedures that are not that kosher. And something about kosher, something about a Jewish person. This Jewish energy has been very present for some of you. Someone's about to get pregnant again. Someone just had a baby. For some of you, it's going to be like a shock to you, but someone just had a baby. They're about to have another one. Getting to know Goo Goo Gaga. Yep. The baby, the little one is still Goo Goo Gagaing, and the mama's about to get pregnant again. That's how it's coming in. Ooh, what's your pet peeve? This one. What's your biggest pet peeve? Right now, this is so your sister friend has always had big teeth. I've never had really a lot of dental work done, my lovies. I've never had braces. I went to a dentist once, and the jerk of the hygienist, she tried to curse me and say I should get like these weird injections that I would have to get every so often. And the dentist is like, you need no dental work. He's like, you have gorgeous teeth. But this woman was trying to put curse work on my teeth. Fucking jerk, for money. But I've never really had a lot of dental work done. But because every time I've gone to the dentist, it's like, you have really, really beautiful teeth. You could tell, like, you take care of them. I have to floss a lot because a lot of food gets caught in my teeth. So when I eat, I just ate almonds right before starting, and it bothers me that like the little remnants, because again, my teeth are like big, so if I don't floss right after, it's like I have these little like things in my mouth, and I don't like that feeling. That's my biggest pet peeve. How about you, my loves? That's where we're at right now, my lovies. Here we go with this fucking password stuff. My lovies, my answer's not changing. How about you? How do you feel about sharing your passwords with your partner? Again, I was recently hacked, but Spirit told us that we would talk about this today. For some of you, you could be discovering that your partner was trying to pay to have someone hacked, have someone's accounts hacked, have someone stalked. For some of you, you're trying to break up with somebody. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right? If it's not broken, don't fix it. But for some of you, if you know you're dealing with a crazy, you know, it's time to admit it. Who's lazy? That's always coming in, my lovies. I'm just a messenger here. No hard feelings, my lovies. We're just reading energies. How do you feel about sharing passwords with your partner? Which one do you want, my love? You already have my password. You have the pin to my phone. You wanna... I don't really have many people to call in there. What do you want, my lovies? You're gonna call my sister friends and my brother friends to do some spiritual work? I don't know. What do you want, my love? Which password do you want? The phone's always there. Take it. I lock it because nowadays, spirit, everything is coming in for a reason. For some of you, we've seen that people trying to hack your devices, hack your phones. I had a conversation with a beautiful woman the other day. 4 of her closest friends were hacked last week. Isn't that crazy, my lovies? 'Tis the season, my lovies. It's coming in the readings for a reason. All types of crazy people. And now it's more serious, and that's why people don't take these things seriously, but you can press charges. Do you know why? Because on your phone, what do you keep on your phone nowadays? You keep everything on your phone nowadays. If you run a business, you're probably going to have your bank accounts. You're probably going to have, you know, email accounts, all of these things. When someone hacks your phone nowadays, they're not just hacking your phone just to see what you're doing. They're hacking your phone. Again, we've seen that for some of you people trying to hack your phone to screw your business over, trying to hack your phone so that they can somehow make you homeless by interrupting your business. Hector. This Hector energy has been very present for somebody. For some of you, this is beyond sharing your partner's passwords or sharing your passwords to see if someone's cheating. This is beyond that. The other day, something about a Beyond Burger, someone's a vegetarian or a vegan. The other day, or they like vegan, they're vegan. The other day it came in, and here we go with this Cayman energy, the Caymans. The other day it came in, someone's a fitness influencer. I'm seeing a fitness influencer in my mind's eye. Someone makes videos online for health and fitness. The other day, after this energy came in for you, Spirit had us contemplating a little bit more, and for me, Spirit always gives us the downloads, right? If I want to follow my intuition or not, it's up to me, but I already know where it's going to lead. Having someone hide their phone from you because they're cheating or trying to mess around or talk to other people, for me, that's unacceptable. But it's a whole other level when they're trying to plan the murder or the setup of an ex or of someone, a potential partner for you. That's a little bit more. That's a little bit more. For me, that's like, dang, I'm with a fucking psycho. I'm not about this life. I'm no psycho's wife. Ruthless, heartless, psychos. The Hector keeps coming in. How do you feel? And something about Hannibal Lecter. Here we go with this fucking cannibal energy for some. How do you feel about sharing your passwords with your partner? Absolutely transparent. I wouldn't be with you, especially not at the stage in my life, if I wasn't worthy of being your wife. Spirit would not bring me to you if I wasn't worthy of you. Do you believe in second chances? This energy was also very present in the preliminary for you. Someone really wants a second chance with you, my lovies, but I have to tell you, for some of you, someone does not deserve you. They do not deserve you. They do not deserve you. For some of you, there's an immature bully that wants to, the way it came in, it's like, for example, it's like someone trying to sabotage like connections for you, or saying really like slandering you so that other people don't want to be with you. There's a psycho in the field for some of you who needs to yield. They've been warned to leave you alone. For some of you, this is someone you don't even talk to anymore. For some of you, this is someone you haven't talked to in forever. It's something about corporate decorum. For some of you, this is someone that you could have worked with or you need to work with. Maybe for some of you, you're working with somebody and it's like, I'm not interested in you anymore. Something about Cindy. What is the one dream you have yet to accomplish? Should we share it, my lovies? What is one dream you have yet to accomplish? I've accomplished so many dreams and there's so many more to come. I want this to be my primary source of income, so I can do this. There are other things. I wouldn't stop doing other things I do because I love everything else I do. I love working in technology. I love working with HR systems. I love developing people. I love training people. I love teaching people. I love being a trainer. This is what I was born to do. I was born to be, when I was a child and I said I wanted to be a president, I wasn't kidding. But a president of something, of whatever spirit brings, but I do have that presidential energy in me. I love to help people develop themselves, look out for the collective, truly. If I have to deliver Delilah, if I have to deliver Delilah, I'm delivering Delilah, someone's delivering Delilah. If I have to deliver, something about lilac, if I have to deliver like difficult messages, I'm okay with that. If I have to deliver fluffy messages, I'm okay with that too. I love to be like the Empress, the Empress Emperor. Like I'm a very strong being, and I just, that's, for me, there's so many things I want to do, so many ideas. I'm very artistic, but I also love beauty, but I love health. I love fitness. I love everything. There's so many things I want to do. So, I do want this to grow so that, because I want to be able to not just do the readings. I want to, if I have to travel to people, because the face-to-face interaction, because of the Reiki, because of the energy work I do, just the way, before I was doing Reiki, even before I got my Reiki master certification, it's something that's in my field. So that's why I was a massage therapist. And when people felt my energy, they're like, wow, it's like you're really healing me. Like you really have the healing touch. And it's something that I've always had since I was a child. So I want to be able to do that, but I also want to be able to do other things. There's so many things I want to do, but I want this to grow so that whatever happens, I have this as like, it's a well-oiled machine. It's a well-oiled congregation. It's not a machine. We're it's a little deeper than that. But that's a dream I have. I want to continue to grow with you, my lovies. Thank you again for your bookings, for your personal bookings. Hopefully I get to meet a lot of you in person. We do have an event coming up for those of you who want to attend next Saturday, May 11th. We do check out our Instagram. We do post about our events there. So we do have an event coming up. So for those of you who want to join, I do specials. So I do discounted readings there. And we do readings in person. So if you want to check that out, it'll be May 11th. Happy birthday for some of you. Your birthday's coming up. A birthday's coming in. Happy birthday. For some of you, you'll be celebrating your birthday. So happy birthday for some of you. But if you want to join us, May 11th, Saturn's Day, May 11th in North Park, San Diego. You could look at, I'll put it in the description box. Why not? I'll put it in the description box if you want to. And I'll also pin a comment on that. So if you want to, whoever will be in the San Diego area, you want to come and see your sister friend or whenever. I do these events pretty religiously at this point. I try to move away from that because I'm like, spirit moved us away from it for a little bit and now we're back. So, and we've been very consistent over the last few months. So we shall be there. So, all right. How do you feel about sharing passwords with your partners? Depends. I guess for some of you, it depends on the situation or what your partner is trying to hide or what you're trying to hide from your partner. What is one dream that you have yet to accomplish, my lovies? Do you believe in second chances, my lovies? And what is your biggest pet peeve? There's a reason why that X thing came in earlier as well. When I said I dated a sexy Leo, I'm not interested in any of my exes. I can talk about them I have no animosity. I'm not blind to what happened. And I'm not going to lie about what happened. Because I was very silent for a while everybody ran their mouth. Now I get to speak the truth in a just way. There were a lot of hidden plays, a lot of lies, a lot of spying, a lot of lying, a lot of slander, trying to destroy and discredit my soul. It was like they wanted control over the narrative of my life, and also treat me like shit when I was a wife. But aside from that, he was really sexy. He was really, he liked to take care of himself. That guy liked to take care of himself quite a bit. He really did. He was definitely, I would consider him a materialistic person. But he was really attractive, very attractive. I liked that about him, that he liked to take care of his body. But I don't want any of my exes back, my lovies. I don't believe in any second chances when it comes to that type of stuff. I've already given too many chances there anyway. I gave people 700 chances. It wasn't just 2. It was a lot. Have you ever cheated? Have you ever been cheated on? Have you ever been cheated, my lovies? Have you ever cheated? Have I ever cheated, my lovies? The technical answer is no. The technical answer is no. The technical answer is no. However, I was sneaky. When I was younger, I had this little game I would play. He would do it to me. I learned this from him. I learned this from a guy I was dating for like almost 6 years. I told you that relationship was, everything is coming in for a reason. I would break up with him so I could go be with someone else. He would do the same to me. He taught me that. He said some bullshit one day. He's like, when a good girl's gone bad, she's gone forever. It's like, you started as a rotten man, so when are you gonna fucking change? Because I did. I wasn't, something about Jade, the name Jade. For some of you, someone's playing a game with you, my lovies. I used to play that game. So technically, I didn't cheat, but technically, I kind of did. I used to play that game. I would break up with him so I could go be with someone else. So I had like another guy, and him and we would go back and forth. I would play that game. A friend of mine, someone who was really close to me at the time, I would say to her, I'm gonna go pick a fight. I'm gonna go pick a fight. So it's like we would pick a fight with each other because he would do it to me. Like, again, I learned this from him. I was like, for me, it was like I was ready. I wasn't ready. I thought I was. I thought like I wanted to marry this guy. It wasn't going anywhere. He was also really insecure because I would make a lot more money than him, and he was actually unemployed for a lot of the time that I dated him. But it really didn't bother me because I'm like, you have aspirations. There's things I see it in your soul. I see you're gonna grow. But for some of you, be cautious because someone could cheat on you and they could fucking catch something. For some of you, someone's trying to attack you because you caught them or you're about to catch them. Someone hacked your accounts. For some of you, someone hacked your accounts. This is someone that hacked your accounts. For some of you, this is what you did to somebody. Someone's insecure because you're sharing, for some of you, or you know that they caught an STD hoeing around and that they spread it intentionally. This is a psychopath. For some of you, this is a psycho. I'm getting that song, cause I'm a psycho, and they embrace it. They embrace their fucking lunacy. They don't get help. They don't take time to heal. They just keep going, and they want to steal something. Here we go, wanting to rob you. Anyways, moving on. For some of you, Robert. Yeah, your sister friend used to play that stupid game. It was silly. It was really silly. Something about Billy. Someone does this to Billy, or Billy's involved in a situation. Yeah, I used to say, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go pick a fight. I'm gonna go pick a fight. Because I'm like, I noticed the pattern. And I was like, again, I was like really young. I was like 21. That's when I started doing that. But he would do that way before. Something about Raymond. He would do that way before. I'm gonna go pick a fight. So I started picking fights with him every time I wanted us to break up so I can go and be with somebody else. I'm gonna go pick a fight. And we would fight a lot because technically we were still together. So technically I cheated. I looking at it now, I'm like, you cheated, my love. You cheated. You definitely cheated. How about you, my lovies? Have you cheated? Are you cheating right now? For some of you, there's cheating in the field. There is cheating in the field. Maybe that's why someone also hides their password. Boom. How do we do this, my lovies? It looks like you want to speak with these. So we'll do these. The toxicity. We know a lot of codependency, my lovies. Codependent relationships. Codependent situationships. Not even relationships. Codependent situationships. And I'm getting, that song is on replay. And I can't stand that song. But, you know, for you, my lovies, that song does no wrong. Because I'm a psycho. Psycho. Obsessed psycho. Ooh, look, we got confirmation. Someone texted. That's curious. Someone texted me about a bookstore. I was thinking about going to a bookstore today. There could be a psycho who spends a lot of time in a bookstore. Because I'm a psycho. The letter I. And all they do is lie. Ooh, spiritual attack. The letter I, all they do is lie. But they don't like being called out. It is what it is, my lovies. You could change it. Because I'm a psycho. They blame it on the alcohol. They're going to blame it on the alcohol. Ooh, they're going to blame it on the vodka. Blame it on the Henny. They may even blame it on somebody else. It's like, I cheated because, or Oregon. Or they're going to get mad if somebody else exposes them. It's like, why are you, and make somebody else the enemy because they got exposed. It's like, what the fudge, my lovies? Something about Amber Rose. Don't be that mad. Someone's not the dad. Because they're a psycho. STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Because do-do-dee-doo, da-dee-dee-doo-da. Or the S-T-E and M, initials S-T-E-M, could be significant for some. Something about the Mets, something about the Nets. Something about the Astros. I'm seeing the Astros jersey. I've always loved that jersey. The letter E. For some of you, the letter E is going to be charged times 999. The letter G as well. Something about GE, General Electric, right? GE. The letter E is going to be charged. The letter E could also be a gangster. The letter E is going to be charged times 999 because the letter E was violating spiritual law. The letter E has also been trying to project their fears and their karma onto someone else. I was seeing an Aquarius in my mind's eye. This is an Aquarius who's supposedly in love with somebody, or somebody that fell a lie. They fell a lie. Something about fellowship. This person's a liar. Someone's trying to act like a student. Here we go with this weird energy. 143. This person's a liar. Every time the 143 comes out, I have I love you. But when the 143 comes out, this is fake love. Computer love. Computerized love. Someone's very scripted. Because they're a psycho. Take it how it resonates, whoever the letter E is to you, but it did come in the preliminary that this person's going to get some really bad karma. Discord, magic. Chaos magic. Trying to cause chaos in somebody else's life. I'm just the messenger. It's some type of major sporting event. I told you I'm getting like sports teams like the Astros, the Mets. That's baseball, right? Because I'm a psycho. AA. I am also getting an alcoholic for some, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But for some of you, an associate's degree. For some of you, the letters A and A. I also got the letter A earlier as well. So for some of you, the letter A. Your older sibling for some, or an older sibling. Someone's an older sibling. Because they're a psycho. On the side, this is someone else. They want to make it clear that this is not this older sibling who's a fake and a snake. For some of you have a fake and snake older sibling. They don't own a lot of, for some of you, this is someone else. They don't own a lot of things, but they will give the shirt off of their back to anyone. That's sweet. That's really sweet. For some of you, there's an older sibling who would steal from you and cause chaos and try to do discord magic in your life. But they will pretend like they help others. And Spirit's looking at them like they're a fucking hypocrite and a liar. Their community, it's a community. Maybe they're part of a community and they're all like this, fake supporters, fake helpers, fake people that like, they love to give money, but for you, they'll cause chaos magic in your life. And that's not an okay thing. This house is like a prison. They live like a prison, or they're living like a prisoner, and they're going to be losing that house. For some of you, someone's losing a house. This is a fake ass sibling who shows fake ass love. For siblings like this, where I'm at in my life, I'm not interested. I just tried to call you back. Sorry for the phone tag. I'll call back. Confirmation. Confirmation. And they're bringing stress upon themselves for being nosy. For some of you, someone's bringing stress upon themselves. For some of you, you're a reader. You read online. For some of you, someone's bringing stress upon themselves. This is a family member of yours or someone close. For some of you, you have a lot of supporters that are not people that, they're not from your past. People from your past are actually hiding attacks and trying to sabotage the new that you're creating. For some of you, you could be sharing content online. Maybe you're not a reader, but for some of you, you are. For some of you, maybe you're just sharing inspiring contracts. Maybe something about inspiring contracts. Maybe for some of you, it's like you have multiple deals happening. For some of you, you're versatile. Everything came in earlier for a reason. And you have people trying to sabotage that because they are not liking what they see, because what they see in you is like triggering them. And Spirit's not asking them to watch you. That's like, again, for me, I know that people come here that I'm like, I don't know why the fuck this person comes here to try to start more fucking drama. I haven't talked to this person in fucking forever. Like, why can't they just find their peace? I'm not interested in connecting with them. That's what bothers them. And they're bringing unnecessary stress and karma to themselves. Bringing stress upon themselves for being nosy. And same-sex rituals. For some of you, you could, again, for some of you, you're readers. So it's like you pick up on all types of things. You don't control. I go with the flow. For example, in personal reads, Spirit lets us develop connections because I'm getting really deep into people. And I know that. So I've been trained to work their sessions, right? I've had people that I've been working with for years now. Just this when was it, my lovies? The last time there's a female that's coming in. I've been working with her for a few years now. A couple of years now. The last time that I had a session with her, the time before that, we had a real deep session. Like, a lot of interesting things came up. And we have already built, again, where it's a consistent flow of getting readings, of doing energy work together, of working through these things together. But that took time. Sometimes if you're doing collective reads like this and Spirit just needs something to come out right away, like you're doing same-sex rituals, you probably need to observe that and how that's marking your soul, because it's in your soul. It's not something that someone's trying to look for or make up. This is very intense energy for someone to walk around with this and be in shame about this. Someone is in shame because for some of you, you could have called somebody out on a same-sex ritual. If this is not online, for some of you, this could be in person, or you could have said something that triggered someone. Maybe you know about someone's same-sex rituals and they're triggered by you. They want to stay like, it's like this energy of stalking to control what you're trying to, almost like you're detaching, and they don't want you to detach, not because they care about you, but more because they need to control everyone around them. so that they are like in control of the narrative or of the bullshit they told. So they want to either silence you, bully you. Again, everything is coming in for a reason, my lovies. They keep it. These people have all types of throat chakra issues. And they need a lot of dishes. Something about dishes. They need a lot of tissues for what's to come. A lot of discord in their life, because this is what they wanted to try to manifest for somebody else. This is how it works. This Aquarius who's supposedly in love with you, but I don't think it's true. They are going to be moving. This person is moving. They need psychiatric support. And their best friend is fond of you. For some of you, someone's best friend is fond of you. They know that someone is just... For some of you, there could be people that are seeing that someone's a psycho. And their best friend is like, nah, my love. Like, this is a real best friend. This is a real best friend. They know now. They know now that someone's a psycho. This is a real best friend. Shout out to this best friend. I like this best friend. This could be you as someone's best friend. For some of you, this is you as someone's best friend. For some of you, this is someone's best friend that's advising them to leave you alone. Something about a birth certificate. A fitness instructor. I told you, someone's into fitness. For some of you, you're into fitness, or you're a fitness instructor, or someone's a fitness instructor, but you also make videos for some of you, or someone makes videos. Who's secretly sabotaging something. Someone's secretly sabotaging a donation to a Hathor, to a goddess Hathor energy, to a birth, to a creation. Someone doesn't want someone to donate to birth, to a business, to a new creation. Something about drive-through, or someone doesn't want someone to drive through, or someone doesn't want someone to drive by. Someone who is trading commodities someone's trading hookah. Someone smokes hookah. Trading commodities that don't exist for some. An Excalibur, King Arthur energy. You need to use the tension to manifest destiny. This energy's been very present in your preliminaries, my lovies. Use the tension to manifest your destiny. I felt the envy. They're envious of your spiritual gifts. For some of you, someone's envious of your spiritual gifts and they want to sabotage you. Jealous Melissa. I fucking told you, my lovies. I'm not kidding. 1147, and these people need to take a new path in life. Spirit's advising them to take a new fucking path in life. How do you envy somebody? You want their spiritual gifts. You envy their spiritual gifts. You pretend to be like them, but you're not the fucking truth. You're a fraud, and you would try to sabotage people behind their backs. Don't you think you have a little bit to grow? But they want to be like you, or they think they're competing with you. It's like, what the fuck, my lovies? Promises of wealth and fortune. That's all they give a fuck about. Something about pastry. Their obsession is leading to their downfall. The letter C, the obsession is leading to the downfall. And the promises of wealth and fortune. Letter C, their obsession is leading to their downfall. The spiritual retreat energy has been very present for some of you. A master and a healthy baby and a flower bouquet. 2 months. For some of you, 2 months for a pregnancy. Abstinence. For some of you, you need to stay abstinent for 2 months. If you can. The letter S. Who feels like a house is like a prison, but maybe you have to detox. If you have a true and worthy partner and you say, I want to take some time to not have sex with you, they'll understand. If that's supposed to be your man or your woman. If you're forcing a connection, that's different. Because for some of you in the preliminary, it did come in someone trying to force a connection. There is a lot I lied about. If it ain't the damn theme, something about the South. Alabama's been in the house, my lovies. What's up with Alabama? They lied a lot. It is now very clear to see that they were the problem. If it ain't the fucking case, it is now very clear to see that they were always the fucking problem. And it's giving me such a headache. All the right friends in all the right places. However, this made for all the right friends in all the right places. Because for some of you, people don't just like to just save face. They like to tell the truth. They know when they were tricked. They know when they cheated and they lied. And they can say, you know what? I was playing a game. I let Leah. Leah was also playing a game. And something about Hialeah. This game is really bothering Leah. Leah can't speak her truth. Boom. Secretly having sex with your friend. Bon, on commence fort. On a commencé très fort. Someone speaks French. We started strong. They're secretly having sex with your friend. You are the type of person, for some of you, or someone around you, is the type of person that they don't own a lot, you don't own a lot, you don't need a lot, but you will give the shirt off your back. You're that type of person. For some of you, you are that type of person. For some of you, you're dealing with that type of person. You got 143, this fake love, secretly having sex with your friend. You don't have to cooperate and listen. They don't want you to cooperate and listen anymore. For some of you, someone wants to cooperate. They want you to cooperate. They want you to listen to them. This energy came in yesterday, and today is a little bit more pressing because someone's obsessed. Someone is like, they really want to get your attention. They have nothing serious or important to say. And you know this. For some of you, you know this, but they really want your attention, and Spirit's saying you don't have to listen and you don't have to cooperate. For some of you, we did see that in yesterday's reading. There's somebody that wants to reach out to you. Again, take this however it resonates for you. They want to say they adore you. This person is not okay psychologically. They need support. They need a psychiatric hospital. They're very dangerous. This is not, for some of you, even if you were a medical professional, even if you are some type of, spiritualist, root worker, healthcare practitioner, when you have an intimate relationship with someone, it changes the dynamic of the connection, especially when you're dealing with someone who is obsessed and not okay. You cannot reason with this person. For some of you, you're going to try to, 8 of Cups energy was present, and I'm getting it back in for some of you. You're going to try to listen to somebody and maybe give them the benefit of the doubt. You are being advised, you could do whatever you want, to know that it's all lies. They know, for some of you, or someone thinks that they have still some type of an emotional heartstring attached to you, because they know that you would give the shirt off of your back even if you don't have a lot. For some of you, you have a lot. And you, Queen of Swords, King of Swords energy. Head over heart. Head over heart. For some of you, you have a lot of heart. They're going to even try to make you seem like you're heartless, you're ruthless, you're this, you're that. They're going to try to attack you in any ways to break down. It's like the way it feels like somebody wants to, for some of you, someone's violent. For someone wants to punch down your barriers that spirit. It's not even you. Spirit enforced these barriers because for some of you, someone didn't treat you the way that the day, Thursday, the 12th. What's May 12th? The May 12th and Thursday's coming in. But May 12th is what? May 12th is a Sunday. Isn't it? Anyways, they're trying to break down the walls that Spirit built because they don't fucking deserve you. And they don't see how it's like not okay. A Mercedes is coming in for some of you. A black Mercedes. Someone's trying to break down your walls to get you to fall back into the same routine. How many more? They want to be on your team. How many more times are you going to let yourself be played, my lovies? Succubus, incubus. Hello. I'm not surprised. Why would I be surprised? Netflix and chill only. Succubus, incubus. This is a sex demon. They want to pin the baby on the donkey. They want to pin the baby, or they want to pin something on the donkey. For some of you, I am getting, they want to attach a sex demon to your creations. These are the type of people, I want to propose a business deal with you. I want to work on this business with you. Being very cautious, my lovies. They want to stick a sex entity. This doesn't just express itself via sexual intercourse. For some of you, I am getting, they want to do this to a horse too. For some of you, you're a channeler. They want to stick a demon onto your creation. Just know that. For some of you, they're obsessed with wanting to do this. Black magic. For some of you, it's a group. Same sex. Someone could be into same sex. For some of you, take it wherever it fits. For some of you, I don't think you deserve this. And someone's having sex with your friend. Secretly having sex with your friend. For some of you, at some point, you could have been about the BS. For some of you, you could have been about, let's have a threesome, you, me, my friend, whatever the case may be. But for some of you, I'm almost getting like, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. For some of you, someone was in a connection where at first, a black Mercedes, a lot of black Mercedes energy. Now a black Mercedes car went by. Something about a star. I'm seeing a white Mercedes. A lot of Mercedes energy for some of you. But I'm getting like at some point you were all about that threesome, foursome, fivesomes, and more sums. Now you're like, nah, I'm not about that. And also you authorized. It's like, you know, like sometimes they're like, would you give a pass to your partner to have sex, like a threesome with somebody? And you're like, yeah, we'll do it once, whatever the case may be. But it didn't just end just once. Actions speak louder. 143 versus actions speak louder than words. They got fake love here and actions speak louder than words under this 143, this fake love shit. 143 and fake love. Beeper love versus real love. Actions speak louder than words. They are secretly having sex with your friend. It was your uncle for some of you. You don't have to cooperate and listen with this uncle of yours. For some of you, you do have uncles that protect you and that even put your name on an altar for protection. For others, you have uncles that you don't have to cooperate and listen to. They have accrued too much interest. For some of you, interest accrual when it comes to this uncle. For some of you, you could be working on a business deal with an uncle. It is time to stop gathering information and take action. This energy has been very present for some of you. It is time to stop gathering information and it's time to take action because actions speak louder than words, my lovies. It's like you're dedicating time to one thing and taking action on something while investigating something else and gathering information about something else. And it's like, that's what I want to take action on. So it's time to take action. Actions speak louder than words, my lovies. Something about the suburbs. A blog. For some of you, they don't own a lot of things, but they will give the shirt off their back. And something about a blog. Someone can have a blog. For some of you, you may need to start a blog. For some of you, it's time to, for some of you, this is for you as someone who gives the shirt off of their back, even if you don't have a lot. You don't calculate. It is time to stop gathering information and start writing. Blog. For some of you, you need to start writing your blog and let the creativity flow. The Day of the Saint. Check out today's Day of the Saint, and that will give you more information. Whoever the Saint's Day. A lot of people are named after the saints, so check out today's saint. For some of you, you could blog about the saints. For some of you, I am also getting the saints like the team. But for some of you, you can blog. For some of you, you could be a sports writer. For some of you, you could be a fashion writer. For some of you, you could be a designer. For some of you, you could blog about saints. You could blog about the saints. Every day is a saint, and you could blog about that. You can incorporate that to your spiritual work. For some of you, again, I am getting like high priest, a black Cadillac, a truck, a black Cadillac truck. New trucks in the field. What the heck's my lovies? We got your daughter. For some of you, this could be your daughter. It is time to stop gathering information and to take action when it comes to your daughter for some of you. For some of you, that conversation with a daughter or having serious conversations or supporting a daughter or supporting a niece or supporting a young lady around you through a difficult transition in their life. All types of extremes, right? On a lesser extreme, for some of you, just supporting someone through changes, helping them establish themselves in a new creative venture. Maybe for some of you, you could do a blog with a daughter or with a son. For some of you, your daughter, the name of the saint. For some of you, you may name your daughter after the name of the saint. For some of you, in 2 months, a pregnancy with a daughter. It's time to stop taking inventory as well. For some of you, stop taking inventory. Stop counting things. Just take action. Just take action. For some of you, you need to take legal action. Thin tattoo eyebrows. Actions speak louder than words. Secretly having sex with your friend. Someone with thin tattoo eyebrows is secretly having sex with your friend, and they show you fake love. Someone that was born in the 2000s, 143 and 2000. Someone that was born in the 2000s, secretly having sex with your friend. Someone with thin tattoo eyebrows. They want you to turn a blind eye, but their actions are speaking louder than their words. They want you to turn a blind eye, but their actions, and all they do is lie. Aja, and for some of you, they're a sociopath. They don't give a shit. They're not doing the work and they don't give a shit. They have no regard for right and wrong, and they ignore all types of boundaries. This is someone with thin tattoo eyebrows. For some of you, there could be someone with thin tattoo eyebrows who is a sociopath, but they don't own a lot. Something about Nivea. They don't own a lot, but they would give the shirt off of their back. But I think this person just does think this. They're a drunk too. They do things out of sociopathy. So a sociopath, it's like they could be social. They could even have a lot of friends. They could keep a lot of people around them, but it's just to fuel their ego. And this person has no regard for right and wrong. And they ignore all types of boundaries. Payday for some of you. You don't have to cooperate and listen when it comes to something, a payout that needs to happen with a sociopath that ignores all types of boundaries, who plays with fucking hex work. And they want you to turn a blind eye to the fucking hex work. Do investigation, my lovies. If you are, don't be procrastinating this, my lovies. Something about the popo, something about the police, the popo, la policía, in Spanish too. Hex work. It was your uncle that was involved in hex work. They also want you to turn a blind eye to your payday. They did some type of hex work or voodoo or legal magic. They forged some type of document to take your payday. For some of you, they want you to turn a blind eye. 12 o'clock right on this timer here, and 010442, 010443. They love the truth. Interest accrual. Interest accrual, they love the truth. Postpartum depression. For some of you, in 2 months, something serious is going to happen with a pregnancy, and just being cautious with the mamas who are giving birth. Postpartum depression when it comes to a daughter. But this is hex work for some of you. Someone could be very sensitive. When you are pregnant, as a doula, and also as just a psychic and a medium, when I pick up on pregnant women, they really get visited by so many spirits. So whatever, it's really a sensitive time. That's why when women, like, unless you have, like, it's almost like on a need to know basis. For some of you, when you're pregnant or when your spouse is pregnant, keep it on a need to know basis, because for some of you, you're really envied. So keep it on a need to know basis, because for some of you, someone's going to hex. This energy came in yesterday as well, or the day before, and someone keeps winking. Something sexy is in the field. For some of you, got something sexy in the field. You got hex work for some of you. Postpartum depression. Somebody wants someone to be depressed. For some of you, someone's obsessed with trying to harm somebody. This person does not like sex, and they prefer other forms of intimacy. For some of you, postpartum depression for someone who does not like sex. They prefer other forms of intimacy. They want to connect on deeper levels. The day of the saint, and they love the truth. For some of you, maggots in the body for someone who's secretly having sex with your friend. Cindy, the same Cindy's coming in. Twins. Maggots in the body for someone who's secretly having sex with your friend. For some of you, at some point, someone could have sex also with your siblings, or with someone who's related to you. I'm getting something about a relative. Someone having sex with a relative secretly having, because even when this uncle came in, I'm like, it almost feels like a relative secretly having sex with a friend of yours. So take that how it resonates. We got a sex-based connection. I told you this fake love. 143, it's not love. It's just a sex-based connection. Succubus, incubus. That's how they drain you. Maggots in the body for some of you. That's how they shame you too. We got street justice for some of you. Where does this go? Actions speak louder than words. Street justice. We got an earth angel. Oh shit. This energy's been present. And you're going to be pregnant, earth angels. For some of you, or your significant other, your earth angel energy. I told y'all, my lovies. Y'all sexy, my lovies. I love y'all, my lovies. It's just the heart. The day of a saint. Earth angel, the day of a saint. It wants to go right over the earth angel. For some of you, as an earth angel, this is your work. You have to start a blog, and you don't want to? What's up with you? It's gonna be tough. Just start. Even if it's like, even if you don't like the work you're printing at the beginning. For some of you, something could even lead to printing something. It's like writing and printing and throwing away. No, just write and post. Write and publish. And whatever happens, Spirit will let it grow how it's supposed to. This is not a one-day thing. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon. A generous tipper. Y'all are generous, my lovies. Y'all be all types of generous. You gotta write a blog. You gotta write a blog. An earth angel, generous tipper, gotta write a blog, my lovies. You gotta do it. The taxes are being audited. I told you something. I felt tax energy. I felt an accountant, actually. For some of you, the taxes are being audited. Interest accrual. It was your uncle who made this is hex work from your uncle. Anchorage, Alaska. Anchorage. I'm getting Anchorage, but not Anchorage, Alaska, though. But Anchorage is in Alaska. Anchorage. This is an uncle who was trying to do some type of hex work so someone doesn't get money. So they reported something to the IRS. So your taxes are being audited. This person's having lumbar spine issues. I'm not surprised. Psycho. You don't have to cooperate and listen with this person. This person's going to talk to you about some bullshit. Oh. Street justice and lack of strategic planning. There's no strategic planning here. Street justice, a sex-based connection. This is just a trauma bond. Someone with thin tattoo eyebrows. It's a trauma bond. I'm seeing someone with red hair. Red locks. I'm seeing dreadlocks. A caseworker. They want you to turn a blind eye. A caseworker wants you to turn a blind eye. You are unique, or your daughter is unique, or your daughter is going to be unique. We got the letter I. They don't own a lot of things, but they will give the shirt off their back, but they're a sociopath. The letter G, they do everything for the gram. You do not have to cooperate and listen when it comes to something on Instagram. Working at the host stand. This is someone who works at the host stand who is a sociopath, who has no regard for right and wrong and ignores all types of boundaries. The letter I, working at the host stand. There's going to be a payday for this. This was a trauma bond. We have all white with an earth angel. And it's time to stop gathering information and take action when it comes to an all-white earth angel who's unique. The mother or father of your daughter snuck out of the house to pick up food. For some of you, someone snuck out of the house to pick up food. They love the truth. Someone whose taxes are being taxes are being audited. Someone's missing a tooth over here, or they're having issues. For some of you, someone has grills. Forgot. For some of you, during postpartum depression, someone's going to forget a lot of things, but it's part of hex work. Someone's uncle is going to hex. This is future energy for some of you. Like, yes, it's future energy. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For some of you, this has not happened yet. For some of you, someone's pretending like something street justice. They could be threatening people's lives or threatening to beat someone up and saying it's going to be street justice. You're divinely protected. You're an earth angel. I'm not kidding when I say these things, my lovies. For some of you, you're really protected. And these people are just an interest accruing. They're accruing spiritual debt. And Spirit's paying attention to everything they're doing. A white Camry. A dance mob. This fucking creepy dance mob. Oh, a dance mob loves the truth. Okay, they're changing their mind. They're changing their perspective. This dance mob came in with you, the Caymans. This dance mob came in really creepy the other day. They're less creepy today. That's sweet. I like it. We're moving in the right direction. 12:08, 11. Everybody can have a repentance if they want to. It's like, I did that wrong. I used to pick a fight to cheat. It's like, and pretend like we were broken up. You got a proposal, my lovies. You gonna propose to somebody? You got a marriage, my lovies. Dang, horse and carriage. Hit for hire. Someone put it out. Age, hit for hire. Daughter. For some of you, look up the day of the saint. You may want to name your daughter after the name of a saint. Pregnancy leave. Postpartum depression. Everything's going to be all right. You're going to get time off, or your partner's going to get time off. I told you there's a pregnancy in the field, my lovies. I love you, my lovies. I love this work, my lovies. I really do. I love energy. There's something here for some of you. There's a weird pinching feeling. They are all going to prison. Have a fun time. Sayonara, psychos. The taxes are being audited and they're all going to prison. Taxes are being audited and they're all going to prison. They're trying to project something onto you. For some of you, these are the type of people, they know that they're fucking doing some shit show when it comes to their taxes. And for some reason, they think that they can project prison onto you by having you audited. It's like, but you're a good person. You're an earth angel. You're not trying to do anything scammy. These people are even trying. This is crazy. Anyways, we're moving on. They're just competing with you for some of you. The day of a saint is competing. For some of you, check out the names of the days of the saints. They're competing. We got IMF energy. And an International Monetary Fund has been very present for some of you. This person does not like sex and they prefer other forms of intimacy. And someone's a lunatic for some of you. I'm getting Luna Grill. Someone likes Luna Grill. Someone goes to Luna Grill a lot. I'm getting the lunatics from Luna Grill. Potassium levels, for some of you, eating potassium levels. They snuck out of the house to pick up food. For some of you, come on. It's like the 7 deadly sins, the sin of gluttony. Someone snuck out of the house to pick up food because their potassium levels, so they're trying to hide from their significant other that they're eating things they're not supposed to. But being cautious, my lovies, because this is really affecting someone's system. You're winning the lottery. This energy's been very present for some of you. It is top. You're going to win the top prize. The top prize for whatever it is. For some of you, you're winning the lottery when it comes to love. For some of you, you're winning the lottery when it comes to family. For some of you, you're winning the lottery when it comes to your health. For some of you, all types of winning of the lottery. You're winning the lottery. It is time to stop gathering information and it's time to take action. You won the lottery. Maybe for some of you, it's time to propose. Maybe for some of you, it's time to be the earth angel and start writing that blog. I don't care if you have to start with, a paragraph. This is all I got today, guys, but this is what I wanted to share with you. That's enough. I get it. I got it. It is time to... You're winning the lottery. They're saying you too. Getting a new phone. Me too, my lovies. Getting a new phone, and you are unique. You're gonna get a unique new phone for some of you. For some of you, could get a protected new phone. I've worked with corporations, Corey. I've worked with corporations that give me phones because of my roles. I've been an account manager, a territory manager, a sales manager. I've been in sales, so I have to sell. I've worked with a lot of technology. So I've gotten laptops, Tom's toothpaste. I've gotten laptops, all types of phones, devices. And for me, it's safer that way because it's really difficult to hack a company. Or not difficult, but it's more difficult. For some of you, you could use your company phone for more security. Looking for a savior. Someone's looking for a savior. A blog. For someone's looking for a savior when it comes to a blog. You got to refuel, or they're trying to refuel. For some of you, negative emotions. For some of you, I don't think you need to partner with anybody when it comes to this blog. At least not in the beginning. A car wash. An earth angel. For some of you, an earth angel needs a car wash. The love spell backfired. For some of you, someone tried to put someone that was at a car wash while you were washing your car. Fucking idiots. Here we go with this bullshit. No offense. Someone tried to put... and it's curious because I was at the car wash yesterday minding my business and something told me someone was following. We're always being watched. They're monitoring spirits. If you get it, you get it. But... someone tried to put, for some of you, you went to the car wash. Someone tried to put a love spell on you while you were at a car wash. It backfired because you're an earth angel. For some of you, you tried to do this to somebody, my lovies. Jesus. A perverted mother who's a generous tipper, though. I told you, for some of you, there's an issue with a mother figure who's an abusive parent, who was abusive physically, psychologically, spiritually. For some of you, your mother could have tried to put a fucking love spell on you. For some of you, your mom's not here and she protects you. For some of you, your grandmama protects you. You got legal issues. This mother is a perverted mother and tries to do... For some of you, this is not your mother. This is someone else's mother. But this is like... This person could have been like a mother figure to you. But this person, they betrayed you. All white legal issues. For some of you, all white marriage, a legal marriage. You're going to go through the courts. For some of you, someone's an escort. Off-grid living? Oh shit, good for you. They felt rejected. I told you this bullshit. They felt rejected and they retaliated or sought revenge. For some of you, someone who's off-grid living, they felt rejected by you and so they sought revenge. You got to forget about this. You got to let him go or her go or whoever this is. Hugo. Hot air balloons. In the tooth, in the 2000s, hot air balloons, or you could have done a hot air balloon ride with somebody. Something about San Francisco, something about Napa Valley's coming in a white Mercedes, a passport, bro. Yesterday, for the first time, anyways, I read for someone and passport sis came in. For some of you, passport bros are in the field. Fake love 143. Hyundai, a Hyundai involved in a situation. They have been doing spell work on you since you were a child. Welcome to the club, my lovies. You are definitely an earth angel. It's official. Ring the bells. Suena la campana. It's coming in Spanish for some reason. For some of you, when you get this, my lovies, is official. You're an earth angel. They've been harvesting or trying to harvest your energy since you were a child. They have been harvesting your energy. They have been doing spell work on you since you were a child to reap the benefits of your energy. Isn't that funny? It happens. So guys, for some of you, they wanted you to have no money or they wanted to have more money. Take a house. Something about more money, more problems. Something about B-I-G. Jesus. And something about a Jeep. They were hell-bent on doing this. They were hell-bent on doing this, and they were strategically planning, but we saw this in the reverse, so these plans went to shit because you are an earth angel, and it was the blessing was the curse. The curse was a blessing because you woke up. They have been, Spirit insists, they have been doing spell work on you since you were a child so that they could fuel their banks. Something about Tyra Banks, so that they could fuel sexy. This person is not mature enough for a relationship and they should develop themselves. This is a sex-based connection for some of you. This is not real. Someone is not mature enough in the soul. I don't care how old they are. They just want control. For some of you, we got a perverted uncle. I told you there's an uncle, an issue. I felt when that uncle came in, I also felt somebody that may be having sex with someone they're not supposed to have sex with. This is a perverted uncle for some of you. This person also claims that they don't own a lot of things, but they will give the shirt off of their back. But this person's a perverted person, and they're going to apologize text. They're going to send you a text message to apologize, hearing from an uncle, hearing from a bunch of people for some of you. You are a wallflower. You're observing things, or a wallflower. Or for some of you, there's going to be the Hilton Towers. Something about the Hilton, something about the powers. Something about power. There's a wallflower. You're going to be standing observing maybe a celebration, a party at some type of hotel event, some type of, I'm seeing like a launch of something or something like that. There's going to be some type of like red carpet event. For some of you, you're definitely famous, my lovies. Thin tattoo eyebrows. Wallflower, you're going to need to observe somebody's behavior. Thin tattoo eyebrows, who's looking for a savior. Precognition. There's something you already know. You're getting intuition about a situation. And lights, everything is about the lights. As I recall, I know you love to show off. It's all about the show and less about the heart. We got very healthy. For some of you, you feel very healthy. A very healthy payday. Oh shit. Don't enjoy your payday. Your life has been going downhill since you've been with them. This has been very present for some of you. A sex friend. We got a Chevy. Hex is this they hex your words too. They control what you speak. They can they can throw you off. They throw you off with hex work. So it's like it's like throwing, like to throw it off. Your life has been going downhill since you've been with them. They play with hex work. They are claiming, they're going to claim that their lumbar spine, something about the lumbar spine is happening there. We got a master MA or master's degree. They are afraid of their shadow side. Someone who is afraid of their shadow side. Someone could be very masterful, but they're afraid of their own shadow. Hit 'em up, girls. Hit 'em up, guys. They set people up for money. You do not have to cooperate and listen with these people. A pimp is involved. You are a rare breed. If it ain't the fucking theme here. The letter G. A K1 visa. Passport bros. Home office. and a sociopath. No regard for right and wrong, and they ignore all types of boundaries. Ancient ruins. For some of you, you could be visiting ancient ruins. The Olmecs, the Toltecs, and all that stuff, it came in for a reason. You should. I would. They left the door unlocked on purpose. They didn't close the door fully. The letter I, who actually may be with someone else. I'm getting something about being with someone else. Someone's with someone else, but they wanted to leave the door cracked for you too. This could be a married man or a married woman. I was seeing a married woman in my mind's eye, but a married man, take it how it resonates. It could be again, for some of you, the other day it came in, you don't have a triangle. You don't have a love triangle. You have an octagon. Something about the octagon, though, is Secret Service for some of you. Gen Z is secretly having sex with your friend. Gen Zer is secretly having sex with your friend. They are doing phishing. They're doing phishing schemes. I told you, for some of you, phishing scheme is very present for some of you. This Gen Zer could be paying for someone to hack your account. Someone needs to move to, I'm seeing a Penske truck. A car, I'm seeing a car, vehicles moving. Maybe someone can't rent a truck. Maybe they just need to take things in their vehicle. They have maggots in their body, or they're going to have maggots in their body. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. All the right friends in all the right places. It is now very clear to see that they were always the problem. I love back itches. That's my effing problem. This is a trauma bond. For some of you, you have trauma bond with succubus, incubus energy, and it's draining your life force. Obsessed with the idea of a reconciliation. This energy has been very present. For some of you, a rec center. They want you to turn a blind eye. They are lying and spying in their car. I love bad, and they have maggots in their body. They probably have other things to worry about. They are the devil. This energy has been very present. Capricorn energy, and their actions speak louder than words. They're really toxic. They have all types of addictions, attachments. This is a codependent connection. This is not love, my lovies, for somebody. This person pretends to be a strong woman. This caseworker who's really the devil, my lovies. And there's street justice. This person wants to fight somebody. It's like... they're holding a grudge. This person feels really crazy. And they're working... someone who's working at the host stand. Someone had a BBL. But they say it looks good. They say it looks natural. The letter Y. Yahira. And it was your uncle... Yofi, Jackson. They believe their intuition is telling them something. Here we go with this shit. This energy's been very present. They believe their intuition is telling them something. For some of you, someone believes their intuition is telling them that they're pregnant. For some of you, there is not a pregnancy in the field. They believe their intuition is telling them something when spirit or God is telling them to drop it. They are stubborn and they're stuck, and they're accruing interest. This person's even plotting to harm somebody. God will never tell you, go out of your way to stalk someone, fight someone, harass someone, lie on someone. That does not make sense. They hate someone because they're getting married. Wedding energy. Picture us married. You and me, huh? Kissing. I remember the first time. Girl, you and me. This ain't no sucker for love shit. I'm getting the Nas Getting Married song. You need to listen to that. For some of you, you could be marrying someone that you barely know, but and leaving someone behind that you know, but they're really, I don't know. Someone's an escort to a reputable business. We got a reputable business. They snuck up for some of you, someone snuck out of the house to meet up with friends. For some of you, you could be sneaking out of your business to go meet up with your friends. For some of you, someone has a lot to worry about because they have advanced states of disease. For some of you, someone's surgery is going wrong. I'm getting like a BBL and maggots in the body. They're worried about the wrong fucking things. They're worried about dramas, starting fucking problems, something about an intervention. I'm seeing the show Intervention. You know the dark-skinned guy from Intervention? Like, they made a meme out of him and he became very famous and he had missing teeth. Like, someone's rotting. They were saying their BBL looks natural. Someone's rotting. And this is going to be a blessed gift. Someone's going to die, my lovies. Because you're going to love and marry. Love and marriage. This is someone who's envious. They want to take the attention off the fact that you're happy. Because I'm like, why is the attention not focused on the love and the marriage and the wedding and the bliss and the love of a lifetime type of energy? And somebody wants to project their hatred. Your powers scare them. And they're going to blame it on the alcohol. They're going to do something reckless and blame it on the alcohol. But they're really facing karma for all of their lies they're spying. Thinking spirits giving them intuitions. And they're so mad too. They're so mad and they're so thinking spirits giving them intuitions. Fucking going crazy out here, plotting fucking harmful shit. It's like getting all types of fucking karma. Ass is fucking rotting. Ass is rotting. Their ass is rotting. It's like their fucking surgery is fucking rotting. Because they're attacking an innocent person. This person is innocent in this situation. They're attacking an innocent person. Saying that their intuition is telling them to keep fucking harassing somebody. Your intuition ain't telling you that. Your intuition, spirit's telling you you're fucking rotting. Go take care of your health and your fucking surgery that's fucking rotting from within. Go fucking check yourself before you wreck yourself. Traveling with friends. Someone could have got an operation while they were traveling with friends. A Hyundai, a white Hyundai, and a Jeep. 143 fake love when it comes to these friends. Fake love just in general. Someone just has fake love in their life. We got legal matters and wait, you're getting married for some of you. To someone you barely know for some of you. It's like love at first sight energy. For some of you, love is blind energy. Oh shit. You're marrying an earth angel. Fudge. You're an earth angel. Something about a designer. Something about a clothing designer. Black Mercedes. It's not your fucking problem, my lovies. It's not your problem. They are used to codependent relationships. What does Spirit keeps repeating? What does Spirit keep repeating? Codependency. What does Spirit keeps repeating? Codependency. I feel it. They're like trying to shackle you because I'm getting this weird sensation in my ankle. They're trying to shackle you to this codependent. They say it ain't your problem. It ain't your fucking problem. They are used to codependent relationships, my lovies, and it ain't your problem. It's not your problem. You're not going to solve it. And they're a materialistic person. Because I'm getting that song. In a material world, and I am a material girl. The Nissan Rogue. They are all working against you. You need to get rid of these people. For some of you, they're all working against you. And guess what you're doing? Because they don't want you to walk down the aisle. I'm not kidding. Something about crooked smile. And something about I want to be the reason you smile. You're walking down the aisle. With an earth angel. Or you as an earth angel. And they're trying to spearfish. They're trying to catch up fish. Using fake accounts to trick someone into giving them private information. What are we saying here? And something about a reservation. Something about a Ford pickup truck. Something about an Indian reservation. You got to make a reservation, though, for a special occasion for some of you. We got long, sharp nails. This is someone with long, sharp nail who's spearfishing, fake accounts. Losing their damn mind. Someone who's in it for money. They're in it for money, my lovies. You know this. The letter Y. And has a son. Someone has a son. Or you have a son. Someone has a son. Oh, guess what? They're all going to prison. It was a suicide mission. Labor Day. Younger sibling involved too. Who was sleeping on something or slept on something, or they thought that they could sleep on something. They are bored with their experience. For someone could have someone's going to go into labor. Oh, going into labor. I told you pregnancies in the field, my lovies. Recruiting new agents. Thunder from down under. The other day, same-sex rituals and stuff like that came in with thunder from down under for some of you in the preliminary. That could be significant for some. This is private. This is a private thunder from down under. Depositing thousands of fucking dollars each week. These are bubbles, parties, bubbles. I'm seeing bubbles like bubbles from Pokemon. Something about poor motor skills. Someone with poor motor skills. The letter M. The match. What did I say? We're done. We're done. What did I say? The matchmaker is sincere and wants to support the potential couple. I told you I felt that sincere. I told you I felt the sincere. It made my mouth water. I told you I felt the sincere matchmaker. They're fucking real. The matchmaker is the real deal. I feel it. Spirit said it for a reason, my lovies. I trust Spirit because Spirit is the shit. Anyways, 013337. I'm excited. 0133. I'm delighted, my lovies. 013337. Very beautiful energy. And you are favored by fortune. That's it. It's a wrap. We're done. We're done. You got a gun? The gun is coming in. For some of you, got a hard on. Someone has a hard on for you, my lovies, or you have a hard on for somebody. Ooh, ah, ee, ee, ooh. Ooh, ah, ah, ee, ee, ooh. Anyways, we're done. We're done. You've won. You've won. You've won. What else? What else do you want? You want? What do you want? What do you want? You want it, my lovies? What do you want? You're saying signs. For some of you, you're saying zodiac signs or dates. Leo. Not January, but a jealous Melissa wants to throw it off. Leo energy, July 23rd or 2nd, depending on what you're looking at, to August 23rd. Taurus, Capricorn. We are in Taurus season right now, and it ends the 23rd of May. Capricorn energy, we have December 22nd or 3rd into January 22nd or 3rd. We have Gemini energy, so we're about to go into Gemini season. Birthdays, Gemini season would be a Gemini who wants to like hold something back. Gemini season wants to... A Gemini wants to, I'm hearing the words, a Gemini wants to marry you, and the star energy. Oh shit. A Gemini who never lies, but spies. A Gemini is always researching, not in a creepy way, not in like a sinister way, but May 23rd to June 22nd. Aquarius energy, a star. January 22nd, 23rd to February 22nd or 23rd. Definitely Aquarius. A lot of Aquarius. Virgo, technically also with the Hermit. Someone needs to be independent and move away from a situation. There's going to be an isolation period. We have the number 4, the number 5, the number 6, the number 9, the number 19. 45, 1945, 1954, 1999, 1996. 1946, 1964. The number 19, the number 6, the number 4, the number 5, the number 9. Someone could be 5'9", someone could be 5'6", someone could be 6'5", someone could be 6 feet. So, death energy, Scorpio energy, an ending of a situation. Aries energy, technically in this tarot, this is Aries energy. You have to cut something, you have to cut something out. There's also going to be a death you're going to find out about for some of you, and it's going to allow you, or something, there's a death in the field for some, moving away from a storm. You could also be traveling after an ending of a situation. For some of you, you're traveling a lot in the summertime. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. The next few months of movement and trying to find a rest period by June. And then from June to September, there's some type of like community here. For some of you, you could be getting into a relationship between June and September and spending a lot of time with someone between June and September. And it's going to transform your life. But you have to be independent from a situation for some of you. For some of you, you may still be in a connection and you're moving into another one right after. The Emperor. I felt the fucking Emperor. Let's do this. Let's get to it. Scorpio energy. Let's do it. Let's get fucking to it. And it's curious because in this tarot, Scorpio takes Aries spot and Aries takes Scorpio spot. Take that how that resonates, but that's coming in as well. Anyways, that's it, my lovies. Scorpio energy, October 23rd to November 22nd, and Six of Swords. You have to travel, you have to move. You have to move away from a storm for some of you, or healing period, and you have really good news to come. An Aquarius involved in a situation, a father figure as well for some of you. Bombay Kuj. Okay, that's it, my lovies. It's hot. It's hot. It's getting hot in here, so you're going to take off all your clothes. Anyways. Something sexy's in the field, my lovies. You're going to go goo gaga. For some of you, you're goo goo gaga. You're googly eyes for somebody. For some of you, you're googly eyes for your spouse. For some of you, you're googly eyes for your future spouse. For some of you, the matchmaker is very sincere. I told you, my lovies, have no fear. Anyways, have fun. Stay well. Stacy, and you've won. Stanley, stay well. Something about Stacy's pita chips. Somebody really likes these freaking pita chips. Stay well. And someone's going to be very emotional. Stay well. Stay well. Stay absolutely well, because your sister friend loves you and adores you. Loves you and adores you. Spirit friends love you and adore you. Love you. I want to jumbe my love you. My love you. My love you. I want to jumbe my lovies so I can drum. Your sister friend loves you and adores you. You're in love, my lovies. Loves you. You are in real love, my lovies. And adores you, your spirit friends, and your sister friend, and your spirit friends, and your sister friend. In love always, in love always, in love always, and forever, homies. Peace.